It is good to be 80. A modest theater proposal, a coveted rooftop condo view in Goderich, and a beloved arena gets its shot in the arm. I'm Roz Elliott, and I'm joined by co-host Lizzie McDonald, and together we are shining a light on Ontario's West Coast with your Local One News, hyper local for you. Welcome, Lizzie.
Thank you, Roz. Welcome yourself.
We are back in studio at the Staysh, at least 15 feet, maybe 20 apart.
Yeah, we are back, but we are distanced and we are ready to work.
Doesn't it feel good to be in the studio?
It honestly does. You know, I feel like our community has been trying to work so hard to follow protocols, follow the things that we need to do, and now it really feels like we're starting to make progress.
We are, and it's great to be back with the team in person. We've missed them, and you know, it's been a shot in the arm for me coming back in, but let me tell you, Lizzie, about a shot in the arm that's been duly welcomed in the community. Do you want to hear about it?
Absolutely.
Well, increased vaccine supply in the region means additional priority groups will become eligible in the province's first phase of the vaccination plan. And over 30,000 COVID-19 doses have been administered in the greater region since late December. Well, this week, here in Perth, expands its eligibility to include community members who are 80 years of age and older, and also Indigenous adults who are 55 years of age and older. And Dr. Miriam Klassen says that expanding vaccine eligibility means we can continue to build a wall of protection around our most vulnerable community members. Clinics for these individuals will begin in early to mid-March and will continue for several weeks. A booking system, both online and through telephone, will soon be announced widely through all sorts of media, including radio, print, the website, and radio ads. You can also listen to a regularly updated vaccine message on the Public Health, here in Perth Public Health phone line, and you press 1 and you can get this regular message and you'll hear more about it. Here's what not to do. Don't call your pharmacy, don't call your primary caregiver. Listen to the ads. There will be an online booking system, and again, pay attention to the Huron Perth Public Health website. That is the best way to schedule in for these priority groups. Well, good news for healthcare workers as well in priority groups. They will soon be able to get their first dose of the vaccine, and they include, and it's a long list, let me run through some of the highlights: staff and essential caregivers in long-term care homes, also high-risk retirement homes and First Nation elder care homes, and any residents of these settings that have not already received a first dose. There's also alternative level of care patients in hospitals who are awaiting admission to a long-term care or retirement home, so they are also eligible. Frontline care workers working in inpatient settings and procedural areas, ambulatory and outpatient care areas, residents and staff in congregate areas for seniors, included assisted living facilities. We're also looking at patient-facing healthcare workers involved in COVID response, medical first responders, and healthcare workers working with needle exchange programs, home and community healthcare programs. That's quite a list, quite a lot of people in the first wave of vaccinations for us there, Lizzie. There's a full list that you can look at on the website of Huron Perth Public Health. Invite you to do that. And healthcare workers, you will receive booking directions from your employer, and additional information for healthcare workers, how they can pre-register, will soon be available. So things are marching along, Lizzie, on the vaccination front here locally.
Yeah, they are. And you know, I think there may be some people who feel like things are kind of like a slow process. It's just taking a while for people to figure out when they're qualified, where they can go, what they can do. But you know, when you look at the resources that are coming out right now, it really shows that they are trying to push out as many vaccines as possible, trying to get them out to the people that need them most. And I think it's really awesome that they're laying out these specifics and outlined so people know how to follow them and know where to go.
Yeah, it's very resource intensive. You hit that right on the mark. And again, beginning with the most vulnerable in our community, and that is our seniors and folks in the Indigenous over 55 as well. Lizzie, I know that you have been waiting for a shot in the arm yourself of a different variety.
Yes, I have been actually, Roz. For those who are eager for a dose of culture, Stratford Festival is proceeding with a modest proposal aimed to reconnect performers and audiences outdoors with stages under theatrical tents. This may just be the shot in the arm that many were hoping for, including myself. The festival is proceeding in planning a season of 6 plays and 5 cabarets, which can be adapted for the COVID restrictions and conditions of the time. So the festival's artistic director says the first production will be held outdoors of the festival theater, which greets audiences with a terrace overlooking the gardens. An extension of the roofline has been designed that could feature into longer-term additions. A second tent will sit behind the new Tom Patterson Theatre close to Stratford's William Allman Arena. The second area will feature a stage that runs through the middle of the audience, effectively separating the audience in half. And this will help with physical distancing between the actors and the audience. Offering performances against the backdrop of COVID means being agile and flexible. Unlike previous seasons, actors will appear in the plays at a time to minimize close contacts, and plays will run continuously for 90 minutes without an intermission. But it's all open to change. If Huron-Perth Public Health announces future relaxed restrictions, there is the potential to allow more theater goers, and it can go the other way as well. So details of the 2021 season are still being assembled, but make sure to look around with the festival information to announce the season's plays, casts, and later in the spring when all the updates will come out for rehearsals potentially beginning in April and whatever the public health is going to allow. And I think it's really exciting that areas like Stratford are trying to prep this kind of opportunity for people, because we know that people are wanting to be out and they're wanting to do activities and find things that are kind of new and fun to do. And I think it would be really exciting if they were able to pursue this chance and get people to come and actually see plays again.
And you know, I have been missing Stratford Festival, and I love the idea that they've put in place rooftop extensions that can be there for the long term. And this could be a whole new way of delivering performances that we've discovered thanks to the pandemic. So we can thank the pandemic for a few things, maybe that agility. And I hope to be one of those 5%ers who maybe takes in one performance this upcoming year. Let's hope.
Yeah, I think I will be too.
Let's hope. Well, we talked about great performances. Another great view I have to tell you about is the view atop the latest new condo development in Goderich. Huron County's largest condo development received the thumbs up on its site plan approval this week. Construction on the new Crown Court condos developed by Talon Properties will see the tallest structure in the county, with a 6-floor, 70-unit structure located on Hamilton Street, just off the town's iconic Courthouse Square. While construction will take 18 to 24 months, already 100 people are on the list interested in claiming one of the 70 coveted units. While the condos won't improve the region's affordable housing shortage, it will help with the overall housing shortage. The developer comments, this is a way to take retirees, help them get into a condo, perhaps downsize, and then that family home becomes available, perhaps for a younger family. So in essence, it is creating real estate, just a different kind of concept. But it needs to be said, Lizzie, oh, those views.
Yeah, it totally does. And it's so interesting to consider the fact that many people see a town like Goderich as a small location and a small area. But when you talk about housing and you talk about these locations that people need and they want to be in, it's so surprising that there's already 100 people on the list interested to go into this condo. Yeah,
there's a definite shortage. I'll tell you one thing, there's not a shortage of rejoicing going on in South Huron.
Following the disappointment of being overlooked for a federal grant, South Huron Council marched ahead with approval to scope out the work required to renovate the South Huron Rec Centre on their own dime. Council approved a report to come back in 60 days that includes engineering and costing for the building scope. Council also approved establishing a task force to assist staff with the report. The task force will include Mayor George Finch, Deputy Mayor Jim Dietrich, and Councillor Aaron Neeb. The project scope will address replacing 6 new dressing rooms, creating an official room and storage room. It will also seek to replace the dasher board systems, ensure AODA accessibility improvements, electrical and lighting upgrades, industrial kitchen upgrades, and adding a single gymnasium with a walk track, to name some of the significant changes to being scoped. Which I think that's so exciting that the town has decided that they're really gonna take the lead on this project and figure out what they want to do and how they want to do it, and are already like getting the first steps done.
Yeah, recreation centers, arenas are so much the lifeblood of local communities, and that we're talking a lot about shot in the arms this week. That's a big shot in the arm. So all the way around, some good news across the land. Lizzie, let's take a break, and when we come back, I want to show you a great video of an interview I had this week.
Let's do it.